When you think about a family vacation for maybe when you were growing up or even now as an adult, is there one that sticks out to you? Was it a vacation to the mountains where you got to go hiking and whitewater rafting? Or maybe a trip to the beach with all your family and cousins? Well, for me, it was trips to Disney World that we took every year growing up. And now, as a mom to two little girls, it's still my favorite way to vacation. There's really truthfully something for everybody there, whether it's all the rides, the impeccable customer service, the fact that you can make it an all-inclusive vacation, which many people don't know, and just this sheer joy and magic that comes out of a Disney vacation is the reason why I think it should be anybody's next vacation. And all those are reasons why and what I want to tell you more about today. And I mean, Disney is not called the happiest place on earth for anything. So, when you first go onto Disney property, I know for me, I just get this amazing feeling. And I think it's the nostalgia that it brings back. And for my girls, they both will argue in the back seat over who got to see the Mickey hand first. Now, the Mickey hands are on all the billboards, and it's this little glove. Um, when I said it can be an all-inclusive vacation, you can actually book your hotel, your theme park tickets, and what they now call a Disney dining plan all together. And one of the other great aspects of this is that Disney actually lets you start paying for this in advance. So it's not all of it at one time or right when you go on vacation. You can start paying it 6 to 8 months in advance. So your payments are smaller and it makes it like an easier way to go. For the hotels, they range in price from the value resorts, which are around $100 a night. And you can go all the way up to the deluxe resorts or the villas or even club level that are over $1,000 a night. Something else that is wonderful, there's over 25 different resorts to stay at Disney World, and they all have state-of-the-art pools, restaurants at all of them. Some of the value resorts, it's only a quick service, which is more like a cafeteria, but it's still right there. And then something else that's amazing is every single hotel has the Disney transportation right at it, whether that be the buses that can take you anywhere on property or something that they've rolled out in the past few years, minivans, which is kind of like Lyft and Uber, but it's Disney customer service, Disney cast members driving the vehicles, and for those traveling with kids, they actually have the car seats in there and you just let them know if they need them, so they strap them in for you. Now, the next part of planning your package, first off is always the hotels. Second off is when you do it, you do the dining plan. And most people usually start with just the quick service plan, which everybody gets 2 snacks a day. Awesome, gotta get those pretzels and popcorn. And then the quick service, like I mentioned earlier, is the basically like a walk-in, walk-out or cafeteria type. You can also go all the way up to the deluxe plan, which is 3 meals per day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can either do quick service or table service. Table service are any of the ones that are sit down, and that even includes your top of the line restaurants and character meals, which is actually a really cool thing, because if you were to pay for these piece by piece, you would end up spending almost quadruple probably for some of them than when you put it in the package. The final part of the package would be your theme park tickets. And I always say get the park hopper, because what if you want to start the day at Magic Kingdom, because who doesn't want to start it there, and maybe end with dinner and drinks at Epcot and seeing their fireworks show? Well, if you only have a 1 park a day pass, you can't do that. But this also lets you go back and relax in the middle of the day. So now the next part that I want to talk to you about is the actual theme parks, because clearly that's the main reason that people go to Disney. For me, pretty much every trip we always start at Magic Kingdom for the castle, because that is what the epitome of Disney World and what everybody thinks of. Magic Kingdom to me is the most well-rounded. There are rides for kids, Pooh Bear ride, Ariel's ride. There's things that anybody can go on. The Speedway, my favorite, my girl's favorite as well. And then all of those thrill seekers in your group, you can do Space Mountain, Thunder Mountain, Splash Mountain. There's really something for everybody there. You can meet the princesses, the princes, heroes, the Incredibles are there now. And another little tidbit that I always like to say is for on the carousel, if you have kids with you, specifically little girls, look for the horse that has the gold ribbon in its tail, because that's Cinderella's horse Major. Now the next part that I want to talk about is Animal Kingdom. My girls just love Animal Kingdom. And the second we get there, we always go straight back to the safari, whether we have fast passes or not. Fast passes are where you get to skip the line. Safari is where it's at. Quick little tip too, either try and go right as the park opens or go at nighttime when they're feeding them so that all the animals are out. On our last trip, our actual little truck that you're in was stopped because a giraffe and her baby walked just right up to us, and they're not allowed to move if they're within 5 feet. But I mean, where else can you do that? You can see the lions, hear them roaring, rhinos down the way, and elephants. I mean, it is just unbelievable. Also at Animal Kingdom is Pandora and the world of Avatar, which I know is a huge thing for a lot of people. And one of Disney's top rides is actually there. It's called Flight of Passage. And this is different than any other ride. It makes you feel as though you're actually flying over the world of Pandora. What you're sitting on is almost, I would like it to a motorcycle, but you can feel the wind and you can actually feel you'd be on a banshee. You can actually feel the movement of it breathing beneath you. It is amazing. Epcot, which is, I think, my favorite park out of, besides Magic Kingdom. This is a great park that if you're taking your kids out of school for a vacation in the fall or the spring, you're having so many learning opportunities. This is Spaceship Earth. It's all about the progression of how we started way back when to now, and lights and electricity and how things work and do. And that's a learning moment in and of itself. There's the ability to travel the world. You get to see different things. That's one of my girls' favorite parts, is watching the quick little shows that are everywhere. In China, they have a girls drumming thing, and the drums are bigger than the girls that are up there. They think that's awesome. There's also festivals for all the seasons. Our favorite is the Food and Wine Festival, and they have little booths set up everywhere that you can taste either different foods from different countries. In the springtime, there's one that it is all garden-themed food. It's just a lot to do. There's not as many rides there, but of the rides that are there, it's a lot of fun. This is also where you'll find all the Frozen stuff for those of you who have girls that are obsessed. And now Hollywood Studios. For a while, and when I was actually growing up, wasn't my favorite park. Now it is what most people think of, because they've put in Toy Story Land and also Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Now, the long time thought of it was Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster, which again, those are great for your thrill seekers. But on Toy Story Land, one of my girls' favorite rides is Toy Story Mania. You get to go in, it's like an arcade game, but it's a ride and it whips you around, and it is just so much fun. Galaxy's Edge is above and beyond anything that you'll find at any theme park around the country, is what I feel like. You are literally immersed. The cast members who are there actually feel as though that they live there. They are in it. They don't talk about outside worlds. They don't know what Toy Story Land is because they are from Galaxy's Edge. That right there is a huge deal to me, because once again, you are within that Disney magic. You feel it. You feel as though you are part of it, which is just one of the things that Disney does to help bring out, I guess, just say just the magic and the perfect feel of it all. Something that some people, went backwards, it's okay. There's actually two water parks as well, Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon. Typhoon Lagoon is more family friendly because they've got the water park and the wave rides, and also, of course, all the pluming slides. And Blizzard Beach, I would say, is more for the older crowd, or if you are traveling with teenagers, that's the one to go to. Now, I know I keep talking about this magic of Disney, and it really, truthfully, there's just something about it. The cast members who work there, it's not just a job for them. They actually love being at their job. They love what they do, and they are there to make your trip as best as it can be. Last spring, actually, my husband was deployed, and I planned a surprise trip for my girls and I. Back then, they were a little bit smaller, so I had a big, huge double stroller, all of our bags, our waters. When you ride on the tram, you have to fold everything up and take it out. Needless to say, me getting off with them by myself was difficult, and a cast member, same with John, came over and helped. He helped the girls get out, undid our stroller, put it in. Not only did he do this, but he also walked us to the monorail and all the way up to the entrance of Magic Kingdom to make sure that I got there easily and without any issues, which was a huge deal. Something else that has made it our favorite trip to go back to was the very first time that we took our oldest daughter, Savannah. We actually got to go into Be Our Guest restaurant, a walk-up, which, by the way, never happens. It books out 6 months in advance. So that right there was, as we call it, Disney magic in and of itself. But at the end of the night, we were moving things around, and she accidentally spilled her fruit punch. Yes. The red, sticky, bright, yes, all over herself. Well, our server ended up seeing it. She went and talked to a manager. They came over, obviously, and cleaned it up. But not only that, but they gave us I'm gonna call it a coupon of sorts for a whole new outfit for her, down to her shoes, the iconic Mickey ears. And we were saying, no, no, it's okay. Like it was an accident. And I said, no, Mickey wants you to have it. This is something for you. It makes me teary eyed to even think of it. Going to Disney is just the best thing. Everybody can relax. You get to forget about all your Belusas, worries and your strife back home, and really just get to immerse yourself and feel free to relax and have fun and be a kid again. So I hope that you've maybe learned some new things about Disney and that you either book a trip or at least really look into it and see why all of these things are great and why it really is a wonderful vacation for kids, adults, grandparents. We take the kids with their grandparents all the time, and it's just a well-rounded, fun vacation. So I hope you guys learned something, and as Mickey always says, hope to see you soon, pal.